What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the top WWE star is injured, Vince McMahon wanted to bury a current WWE champion, more members being added at Judgment Day, is Kane retired, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at a top WWE star injured. Now, top story today takes a look at the revelation that a top WWE star is injured and what this could potentially mean for future WWE plans. Unfortunately, former WWE champion Drew McIntyre has a back injury and has been forced to miss this weekend's live events. Jason Powell of ProWrestling.net first reported that McIntyre was being pulled from the aforementioned events due to his back issues, and he claims that WWE pulling McIntyre is just a precaution at this stage. McIntyre has one of the biggest matches of his career set for a few weeks' time, as he's set to meet Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle for the Undisputed Championship. How will McIntyre's injury factor into these plans? Well, time will certainly tell, but for now it looks like WWE are just being careful with him as they don't want to further damage his back heading into the main event of the UK Spectacular. In the unlikely event that McIntyre is indeed pulled from Clash at the Castle, who would you guys like to see face Reigns? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, backstage news on Hit Row returning to WWE. A Hit Row made their grand return to WWE this past Friday on SmackDown, albeit without their former leader Swerve Strickland. Hit Row were called up to the main roster last year, but Vince McMahon quickly fell out of favor with the group and they were subsequently released. Hit Row member Top Dollar appeared on Busted Open Radio this weekend and explained that Triple H was pivotal in bringing back the stable to WWE. Even when Hunter was not in NXT, even when we went up to SmackDown, even when we got released, I never stopped talking to Hunter. When he gets the reins and is like, I want to bring my guys back, we were one of his top priorities to get back because he knew what we could bring to the table. About a week and a half ago, he hit me up and was like, how are the rest of the guys? And he was like, how fast can I act and get you guys here? This was on Wednesday of last week. If you really want us, we can be there tomorrow. We ended up having a Zoom call with him, the three of us, and planned out what would happen the next couple of days. This week we got physicals and contracts. I don't know how the story broke that I was going to be there, but I knew it wasn't somebody with all the information because they didn't know B-Fab was going to be there, which we played into. When me and Ashante came through the curtain, you thought it was just going to be us, and we had B-Fab come through last. Yeah, she's here too. She's an important part of the group. A Top Dollar went on to explain that Triple H declared that Hit Row would return with a complete clean slate. He added, in the conversation I had with Triple H, he was like, I don't know what happened before, and to be honest, I don't care. It's a new place. I want you to understand that you have a clean slate. There are no hard feelings on this side. I hope you come with no hard feelings on your side. It was a breath of fresh air. I was down when we got released. Hit Row was hotter than anything in wrestling, period. I don't care who you are, get your feelings hurt if you want. When we got released, I feel like we have something great and it turned into ashes in my hand. It made me stop watching wrestling for the first time in my life. I went 8 months without watching wrestling. Are you guys glad that Hit Row are back? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WrestleMania tickets shattering records. WrestleMania 39 tickets went on sale this past week, and despite not a single match being advertised for the show, tickets have sold insanely well. The combo tickets for both Saturday and Sunday have virtually completely sold out, and Michael Cole claimed that on SmackDown that WWE had the highest first day of ticket sales in the history of WrestleMania. There are rumors that The Rock could be involved in a match with Roman Reigns on the show, and this may factor into the high demand for tickets. Next up, Vince McMahon wanted to bury a current WWE champion. Gunther's main roster run has been excellent thus far. Gunther is a reigning Intercontinental Champion and has yet to be pinned on the main roster. He recently wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura in the main event of SmackDown, and the match was so well received that some fans are calling it a Match of the Year contender. But strong booking aside, a new report from WrestleVotes indicates that just before Triple H took over WWE Creative, there were plans seemingly from Vince McMahon to outright bury the IC champion. WrestleVotes tweeted, following his appearance on Raw 4th July, those in power at the time soured on Gunther for whatever ridiculous reason, to the point where a burial on TV was coming. Just a month later, and quite the difference. For some context, Gunther's appearance on Raw saw him squash R-Truth. The crowd was noticeably quiet during the segment, but for McMahon to put all the blame on Gunther for this would have been ridiculous. If McMahon stayed in power and followed through on his plans to bury Gunther, there would have been immediate and severe backlash from fans. There were previous reports that McMahon was high on Gunther, and Gunther had received praise from McMahon for taking his nutrition seriously, but it looks like one particular segment on Raw last month changed everything. Next up, more members being added at Judgment Day. Finn Balor is enjoying a run as the villainous leader of the Judgment Day stable, and there have been rumors circulating that Triple H may look to expand the group. Balor would be asked about these rumors while speaking on WWE Brunch, and the inaugural Universal Champion stated, "Not in every case is it more important to have more soldiers. I prefer quality over quantity. We definitely have our eyes open for more quality, and when that quality presents itself, we'll definitely welcome more members to the Judgment Day." The current incarnation of the stable features Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. In relation to Balor, there are rumors that he could be facing Edge at Clash at the Castle, which will be a first time ever matchup and a dream match for several fans. There's a ton of hype surrounding Balor's booking now that Triple H is in charge of WWE Creative. Balor is considered to be one of Triple H's favourite talent and is more than likely going to feature in a prominent role for the foreseeable future. If WWE does look to add more members to Balor's stable, who would you guys like to see join? Let us know in the comments down below. Finally, Kane retired? Our final story today takes a look at how WWE Hall of Famer Kane has seemingly retired with immediate effect. Kane has had an incredible career which spanned over 2 decades, and he's worked with every major star there is, from The Undertaker to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and even modern day legends such as John Cena and Randy Orton. Kane has only made sporadic appearances over the past few years, with his last official in-ring appearance being the 2021 Royal Rumble match, where he would last just 2 minutes before being eliminated by Damian Priest. Kane recently appeared on The Right View, and the mayor of Knox County revealed that he doubts he will ever take another bump again. He stated, "Yeah, I actually don't do that much anymore. I don't want to get into the wrestling ring and actually get knocked down because I don't know if I could get back up at this point. But yes, I still do things occasionally. For instance, WWE recently had SummerSlam, which is WWE's second biggest event of the year at Nashville at Nissan Stadium, where the Titans play, and I announced the attendance for the evening. It's awesome for me to just go out and still be a part of it. I mean, it's one of the greatest shows on the planet, and that's an experience that is unlike any other when you get out there in front of thousands of people and are just able to do something like that. I think people here think it's really cool actually, because I have folks come up to me and say, 'Hey, I saw you do this,' or 'I saw you doing that,' or 'I saw you on this WWE special.' So it really is, I mean, it's rewarding for me. And it looks like the former WWE champion is perfectly happy going out without a formal retirement match. Nevertheless, it's entirely possible that Kane does eventually step into a WWE ring one more time, as after all this is pro wrestling we're talking about, so you can never say never. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumours you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.